Seriously, art isn't meant for you. I don't know, dude, maybe the internet isn't meant for you with this opinion, knowing the amount of ratioing you're experiencing. Hi, how are you? My name's Beta, and today we'll be going over, in my opinion, the worst art take I think I've ever seen on Twitter. I know it's not a high standard either. Twitter is where all good opinions go to die, and where all bad opinions and bad takes flourish because algorithms. I know I'm taking the whole quote from Moist Critical here, but it's true. But I was doing my usual perusal of Twitter at 3 a.m. while high as a kite when this tweet was recommended to me. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really make many bad takes on Twitter, nor do I really delve into the art community at all, so I don't know why this popped up. Maybe the algorithm was just like, hey, you need a video, here you go. And even though I'm not an artist by any means, I still wanted to go over this just based on how wrong and not great this take is by any means. Some of y'all's art is literally 3rd grade level, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. I'm sorry to say it, but if you're 16 to 17 and drawing like that, art isn't meant for you. I should know, because I suck at it too, but at least I'm honest about it. Now hopefully most of us are on the same page here, that this is very much kind of gatekeeping for something that's, quite frankly, a hobby, for fun, and very general. In fact, art is self-expression. I don't know why, you know, at a certain point you just shouldn't be allowed to express yourself. What the fuck? The more I'm reading into this, the more frustrated I get. But I think the one thing that hopefully I'm not the only one that noticed, maybe I'm just jaded, but why is it always the fucking accounts with the Kaneki manga profile pictures that have the most abysmal takes ever? Is that just like a weird stereotype thing? Am I like reading something that isn't true? Granted, it shouldn't matter. I just hate it because personally, I've always wanted like a fursonified version of that profile picture, but with my fursona. So any artists, if you're open for commissions, let me know. But besides all that, let's dissect this bit by bit. Some of y'all's art is literally 3rd grade level, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. Okay, you watch Joker, good for you. And not only that, but you're taking an entire group of artists that you've never seen or met before, and are just like, you know what? Your art is 3rd grade level, and you're critiquing it based on what standard? I'm not even sure the OP knows. I'm sorry to say, but if you're 16 to 17 and drawing art like that, art isn't meant for you. And that is probably the biggest kicker out of all this. Art isn't meant for you. Honey, art is meant for everyone. It's self-expression. It's not just set with drawing. It could be for like sculpting or dancing or music. It's not a competition here. I mean, for some people it is, but when it comes to self-expression, it's not a competition of being more skilled or not, especially when it's for fun and it's such a level of just posting it on the internet. You're absolutely allowed to do that. And again, with the whole grouping of people in the 16 to 17 age range. Now, the third part of this tweet is what makes me believe that it isn't supposed to be bait. I should know because I suck at it too, but at least I'm honest about it. Which again, that doesn't justify your opinion at all. Oh, well, I suck at it too, and I'm critical of my art being at the 3rd grade level and I stopped doing it, so therefore everyone else should. Just you justifying it doesn't mean that it's a good take and that everyone else should do it. And quite frankly, the message being sent in this tweet is very toxic and very harmful to artists that are up and coming that might just so happen to see it. Say you just started art and you're just perusing through Twitter like I am, and you see just recommended this tweet. That's not going to make you feel good about whatever art you're doing, whether you're just starting and whatever skill level you're starting it at. That's not going to make you feel good at all. And I think that's the big message about this tweet entirely, is this dude managed to judge and critique an entire group of artists that they've never met before in the worst way possible. Literally the worst way possible, and even critique it where it might not even be warranted. But what it comes down to is that this tweet is quite honestly harmful to up-and-coming artists, because from my knowledge, artists have to deal with so much shit as is, and I'm not even talking about it at the freelance level with people asking for free art and then just like spamming slurs in their DMs if they don't give it, or it's like, oh, my dog died, my dad and my dog died, it's my birthday, free art. They have to deal with that stuff as is, but I'm talking about it at the very rudimentary level, because at least from my knowledge, when you are at that very new level of drawing, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a very vulnerable and self-conscientious point where you're worried that it's going to look bad or that people are going to judge you poorly because of it, regardless of your skill level, because you want to get to a certain point with your art and you might not be at that point. That's where I see it as like very harmful. That takes like this very much are demeaning of that very vulnerable stage when you are starting as an artist, regardless of what age or regardless of what skill level you're at. So that's where I'm seeing the big issue here with it. However, the art community on Twitter took things in a very good direction. A lot of the quote retweets that I was seeing weren't just, you know, dunking on this person for their their awful take, but also showing good examples of what it looks like if you don't listen to their opinion and keep practicing and keep refining your art, that in years or months or whatever, you can get to this point in your art, where the whole trend in the quote retweets was showing before art pieces of when they started at like ages 16 to 17 or whatever age. It doesn't have to be an age demographic, where they started at a certain point and where they are now. And quite honestly, it's the most wholesome thing I've ever seen, so let's go over a few examples. If you're 16 to 17 and like to draw, please keep drawing. The take below is shit. You can learn how to draw at any age. You're not born with drawing skills. Even I started somewhere and my art keeps improving. I mean, just look at the two examples here. The arts that they started with, whatever age that might have been, and the art style and pieces that they're able to produce now. Holy shit, I want to commission them. But even though this doesn't show a direct age example of how much time it takes to get to a certain point, it's very much a good setup for the ones that follow. Glad I didn't stop when I was 16 because art isn't meant for me. Which again, you know, starting example when they were 16 and just now, like, holy shit. Just wow. I know this is mainly my reaction to it, but like, God, this is really, really good. It shows a very good example of where you can get to if you just keep practicing and don't listen to this awful take. Ratioed by my art at 17 and 25. If you don't know, that is an 8-year difference. Less than a decade. Also, low-key, I really love the art on the right with like the pastel colors and just the watercolored sort of style in general. Really adorable. Maybe I'm getting the whole art style wrong. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I did it once in like college. I started out because I saw all my friends doing it. I'm like, you know, I want to start drawing. This sounds fun. But for some reason, I wasn't getting that satisfaction with drawing as I was with like editing YouTube videos or creating thumbnails or even GFX art. So like, I didn't really pursue it as much just because I didn't like it. It's not because it wasn't meant for me. If I really wanted to, I could have pursued it and improved my art style. But honestly, I just didn't enjoy it. 17 versus 24. I rest my case. Which, not gonna lie, I really like both pieces here, just saying. I was far from the best at 16 and I'm far from the best now, but there is a clear improvement because I didn't quit. This is such a shit take regardless if it's just bait or not. No matter your age, art is made for everyone. And that's what it comes down to. You can start art at whatever age you want and whatever skill level you want. And you can improve if you want to. It's a form of self-expression, and the only journey that you should be worried about with it is your own. Actually, the more that I'm thinking about the original tweet, the more I'm thinking about that one meme with like companies looking to hire someone fresh out of college but with 10 years experience. So the follow-up meme is just like children in like hard hats and like construction outfits working. It's like, oh shit, Timmy, you want to be an artist one day? Well, you better be able to pull off a Picasso right now. And to wrap things up, we'll go over, in my opinion, one of the best follow-up takes that artists should remember and understand throughout any point of their journey, and in my opinion, give some really good motivation and inspiration for those looking for it. Anyways, listen to professionals instead, which the video in question is an artist who started at the age of 19, like completely fresh out of the gate, and years later, they work with companies like Disney, Magic the Gathering, and Blizzard for all sorts of illustrations. So go and give the video a watch if you haven't already. Really, really good watch. I learned a lot even though I'm not an artist. But the user follows up with a thread. You can start art or literally any other hobby at any age you want, and you can be at any skill level ever as long as you enjoy it. If you put effort in practicing into it, you will get better. That's literally just a fact. Don't beat yourself up just because your skills aren't suitable for your age, because that makes literally no sense. There's no universal standard for what skills you should have at a certain age, especially when it comes to something like art. Anyone who says otherwise is just a loser. I actually haven't finished watching the video I linked because I'm ADHD, but I watched a similar one from the same dude a while back, and his experience really is proof that you don't have to start art when you're fucking 3 to actually get good or make it into a career. See what I mean with that whole meme? Like, God, unrealistic standards. I thought it was like a joke. Genuinely like a joke. Like, no company or no person out there would think this, but like, I don't know, maybe the original tweet is just living proof that this actually happens and people are this way. Why are people this way? But either way, like I said before, art is for anyone. Whether it's drawing or sculpting, dancing or music, anything. It's self-expression. There is some skill required with it, but it's absolutely not required to enjoy it. No matter where you're starting out, no matter what age you're starting at, enjoy it. Don't listen to shitty takes like this on the internet. Don't let them live rent-free in your head. But on that note, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments your thoughts on this whole take. And I was dead serious to any artists out there. I would absolutely love to commission you for some sort of Kaneki manga head thrown back art piece of my FURSONA. I've been looking for it for a while. I just haven't found the artist to do it. So if anyone's open, be sure to let me know. I tweet it out, but as you all know, using the C word on Twitter is very much not good. You get a lot of bots that just come in and are like, I can do anything you so please. You need contract work? You need a foot masseuse? You need an art piece that's drawn with stick figures? I got you. Yeah, so don't tweet out com or commission on Twitter. You're just gonna get the bots. But besides that, I've got nothing else. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay life jacket. Take care.